Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back with some more Justin Fields franchise. Year 2, Week 11, going up against Grady Jarrett, who's ever dangerous in this game, especially in stopping the run, and Matt Ryan and the Falcons. So they still have Julio Jones, we're going to have to worry about that. But they're not having a great year.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Chicago Bears.
It is a Chamber of Commerce afternoon here in the Peach State of Georgia. We've got the roof open, wide open, and we are ready for football at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel.
So here is the playoff look.
Guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta
We just have to punch our ticket in.
Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first
All right.
time. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the MVP of the league back in 2016. It's Matt Ryan.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 61 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
On first down, Ryan. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Ryan. He completes this to
Come on.
Gage. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 43. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And brought down.
Good run there.
To get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
Oh, wow.
They didn't get
Touchdown, Falcons.
And that was a beautiful ball right there. As he
Just the
waited for
speed
his
there.
time to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Whoops.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game.
All right, Fields. 16-10.
We get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive.
I missed that.
2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
All right.
Be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. Over the middle, it's complete.
Good one.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the 41-yard line.
From the
Nice.
shotgun now, here's an inside give. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means
Quick throw there.
the field position battle is a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple.
See if we can take a shot here.
And hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Chicago.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out.
Decent punt there. Let's go.
Quarter only, but they're 0 for 2
All right.
on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
At the 4-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And to give this time to the
Is that a stop?
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely
It is a stop.
punt situation on fourth. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Yards that time on the punt, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught by Cohen.
There's a first down.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it.
Good first down there.
You keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that.
That's just a block that wasn't done on the left side.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught
out of bounds.
out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's Grady Jarrett.
Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming.
All right, it's fair. Call it at the 12.
In their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now we'll again see Calvin Ridley in the Falcon offense. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do.
All right, let's do a blitz here.
Player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas, and right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
I can't play on the line because it's too easy.
Throwing again. Ryan looking deep for Julio. Well, this is
That was just a blown coverage.
And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 47 yards. So the big
But in reality, that is a route that when you have CPU like interaction there, that it can't be guarded.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones, and he'll go down at the 28. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he takes
That's
it
weird.
down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole.
I messed up.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
I missed that tackle.
The guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Grady Jarrett, man, every time.
And that'll make the score 14-10. 14-0. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this.
All right, let's pitch it out to Montgomery.
To me means starting with the running game and
No
continuing
blocking.
the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete.
I wanted to lead him more.
They're trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Bears on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Okay, we'll see if we can get Mooney here out in some space.
And
That's
no
weird.
run that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me
Good first down.
Defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Wow, really?
That he would make the play for him, and he did.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now they'll throw here.
That's a good one out there.
And he's got his man.
But that's a route the CPU can't guard.
Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen.
All right, at least it's back to a 7-point game.
Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
And that one makes it 14-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
In a super focus mode right now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the
There's Rashad Jones.
23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
7-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At the 48-yard line.
57, Mike, 57.
Now it's Ryan. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Nice.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Bryant's pass taken in by Ridley. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pick.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
24-yard line.
Throwing again, Ryan. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcons.
Why is it not tight coverage? There's only one guy back there.
Ridley, his 6th touchdown.
It makes no sense.
And the Falcons will extend their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally.
Come on.
The scoreboard right now. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards and a Chicago first down. They'll look to throw again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Complete to Allen Robinson.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. From the 32.
I mean, that was a route that the CPU just frankly cannot guard.
Back to throw again. And that is is incomplete.
Some good break there.
Through the contact. Brings
Those-
up second down.
Some good CPU logic.
Pass on first
Whoops,
down. That
that's not
leads
what I
to a
wanted.
2nd and 10.
I want the original play. Left.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
I'm doing audibles there. That wouldn't be a time that you're forced to be set. That's weird. When you're calling audibles, everyone on the line can move. No one's set there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, as the first half is winding down, and the Bears have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Santos now to add the PAT.
It's an easy one there.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
Think we get the ball at half? We'll see what we can do here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
Okay, so they're going to wind it in.
First play of the drive, 14 yards. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before things.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
We could take at least the... we could actually tie the game here.
The 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. 2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured more than the other. But all in all, these guys are looking for 100 or more yards in receiving. But the biggest thing, getting into the end zone. And how about him? He's gotten there twice in this game.
He has indeed. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
That's a good one. Good first down.
And try and chip someone at the second level.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen.
Come look at that first carry in the third quarter. Jeez. Well, we haven't really run the football because of Grady Jarrett.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They run Montgomery. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 37.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he's able to get it to the 33.
Good first down.
For a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Now a run with Montgomery. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Oh, he's not. He's a small part of our offense.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Montgomery maybe ranks like the 20th back in the league.
Man, that's just so difficult.
Like stat-wise for
Just
us.
think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really difficult task.
Whoops, I missed it.
That was a touchdown.
No, I didn't.
If he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week, and they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Looking left sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. He'll be
Tackle Gage there.
About 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Bears take over. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. Individually, he's done his thing with the 2 touchdowns. Bottom line, though, they're losing.
Seems to me that they need to get the ball to him a little bit more. Hey, you're right. He's done his part. They might need a little bit extra from him in order for them to try and get back into this game.
Maybe a 3rd, maybe a 4th touchdown. We'll see. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Bears.
the carry, it's Montgomery. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Okay.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
GPU just can't handle that formation, I guess. It's a simple formation to guard, especially when you have a 2 or 3 deep, and especially in a zone.
You always hear about that and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
There we go.
Fight his way in, not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bears have taken the lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off.
Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Ryan.
Dropped.
Throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Julio Jones. Incomplete.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got to stop force.
Now watch this route, for example. Watch Komet and watch Robinson. Komet is open because of the blitz. Allen Robinson beats him out.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across.
Before I snapped that ball, I could tell you exactly what was going to happen with that play. And I think that's an issue.
Did
their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Like, if I just make smart decisions, like decent decisions, where I'm not just throwing the ball in and forcing, I could easily go a perfect season.
This might be the best of the bunch.
So I'm like experimenting. I'm pushing the ball downfield into windows that I logically would never do.
Second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So
But I'm doing it just because
do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out?
I want to see some big plays.
Plan
Like this.
go in a different direction.
It's not
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
not picked up.
He's taken down, but not before.
Let's say I'd like to see the CPU, if no one's open, to actually try to run like that.
Around, making it happen, and instead of worried about protecting
They have a mobile quarterback.
and gets the first down. I gotta give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by
Wrong side.
Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover.
That was definitely the wrong button.
Get the football back.
I meant to throw it to the other tight end.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
But we get an extra 2 points anyway.
Goal line, I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still,
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button there. I meant to hit McBride
football,
on the left side.
they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane.
I do like the player movement though in next gen, so that's nice. That's a more realistic way to do it. Like he's running a realistic route.
For them to swallow.
'Cause you obviously can't cut on a dime in real life. That was a cool route at least,
And he is tackled inside the
but it still has some issues with some pass catching logic.
that one and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking
McBride will be
a chance,
open
not
here.
blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football.
But we're gonna go deep because Allen Robinson will be open.
Thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming
If
from.
that's caught, that's a touchdown.
At this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back.
And that's dropped.
Apology on that one, huh?
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact.
Is there really wind in the Mercedes Dome of 6 mile an hour?
And absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that kind.
There's no skylight, right? Yeah, this is an enclosed dome. So why is... No, it's not. It is open. However... Wait, what? I have to look at this. That's weird. I think that should not be a 6-mile-an-hour wind. Especially with the fact that sometimes there's a higher wind in the Georgia Dome. I think I said the Mercedes Dome. That's the one the Saints play through. And that one does not have a retractable roof. But for some reason, we've played more games where the wind is more in Atlanta than it is in Chicago.
The numbers got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the two-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them
Yes, the Mercedes-Benz, the Georgia Dome, yeah.
on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to
Yeah,
successfully-
it literally has a retractable roof. So
So second down and 10 once again.
even with a retractable, what? That's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Ryan. Incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Falcons.
It's just weird having a 6-mile-an-hour wind
This is 3rd and
in a
10.
retractable roof dome. What a big sack there by Hicks.
Get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games?
Okay, that was Grady Jarrett.
Where we've seen it,
For a second, I thought it was Olivier Vernon who
it's usually not by
was
himself.
both hurt and made the play.
Other people that have big games as well.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in.
Now watch this. Komet will be open. We'll also put it to a slant just to show it.
Quite 50%.
And Robinson may be
This
open.
is 3rd and 11. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed.
Yeah, I waited too long there, or too early. But that was there.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So I want to say that the CPU pass defense, when it
18.
hits triggers like that,
After the interception, here's Ryan.
can be good
Firing quickly here.
at times when it's going into animations
Result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go
on certain routes
A good pick.
in zone.
8 yards
But in man, the man coverage is broken.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time.
Okay.
Nice job to smother him as the ball arrived. And that
Also, it's pointless to play man in a goal line situation. Whoops. That was a good play. Good run.
Zone touchdown, Atlanta.
But yeah, it's
A great effort.
pointless to play man
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And now the Falcons are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the...
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
And the CPU has issues in zone.
Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Run the football there.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Chicago.
Trying to stop the run.
David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Ryan and the Falcons down by 9. 1:47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Throwing now is Ryan.
Wow, I haven't seen a screen in a while.
The screen, it's complete.
I don't know why you would throw it there.
Here, back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking.
I guess it does make sense because you're trying to get the defense
The
to...
defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking.
It does stress the defense a little bit.
Defensive guys, they were
I guess it does make a little sense.
you ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ryan to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Here's Ryan. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Wait, what? If it was overturned, that would mean it's
from the
A
game,
first
which means
down.
that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
Yeah, so the play was originally called is out of bounds. Right? It's 3rd and 6. Where's the sticks? The first down's like right here. Yeah, that's a first down. So it's ruled a catch. No, it was ruled incomplete.
And if you're the coach,
I'll have to look at that. I think that is Madden being Madden. But why do you kick a field goal here? With 30 seconds left? Oh, because it's more than one possession. Makes sense now. Because now it's a 6-point game. It was a 9-point game.
Keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down, it's Cohen. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going
Alright, that's going to be it.
right out of this crowd. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
I will say, once you get a QB that is really accurate or starts to become really accurate, the CPU can't compete against you right now. It's just, I felt the same thing with Clayton Judge, 100%.
In the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were
And I feel the same with
put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one
with Fields.
thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But
I don't feel like I'm in any. I feel like I can win any game just as long as I don't do something stupid or miss a field goal.
They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Chicago, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Detroit.
2 touchdowns by Montgomery, 2 by Hawkins.
It was a game they
Met
really
with
needed as they
137
moved
Allen
back to
Robinson with 2
4-6.
touchdowns.
And they
Pitts,
will be back
Ridley.
home next week for a date with Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaunt.
All right, guys. So Lions, week 12. Oops, I gotta advance the week first. Upgrade Alex Bars. All right, Lions. So golf, Swift, Jamal Williams, Nick Bawden, Anthony Miller. We've kind of already played the Lions. I'm remembering now. Let's look at that game instead. Here it is. We lost 21-20. I think we missed a field goal maybe, or no. This was the one that they ended up scoring to end the game, I think. Yeah, Swift with 2 touchdowns. Hawkinson. Okay, so to end the episode here, guys, thank you all for joining me. Go ahead and leave a like below, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.